Peace. Just a little quick, think fast. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the future, not going too far in the past. Uh, I done spoke on that whole aspect of everything being one. A lot of this, everything is one uh, terminology get used, but just like the book The Secret, where they tell you, hey, visualize things and speak on it, and it'll manifest. But they ain't tell you about the other seven hermetic principles, you know what I'm saying, that all goes into manifestation. And it's the same thing when everybody back, oh, we're all one, man, everything is just one, you know. Yeah, everything is interconnected in that sense. But within this realm, you know, we came down with a unique soul spark, and just look back to that, the fact that everything goes back to you following your inner being, you know what I'm saying? And you being your unique soul spark. Because as you be your unique soul spark, and as you follow your heart, and as you're working on yourself, raising that vibration, or more so, what raises your vibration is being more in alignment with your higher self. So whatever you're doing to be in alignment with higher self, but as you do these things, you'll be a benefit to, the external realm, just automatically, as far as, realizing that we are a part of a bigger bodysuit. But again, that the no thing, because we come from the triple darkness, that triple darkness of the three trimesters, the 9 months in the womb, but coming from that triple darkness, that's the no thing, like no thing, nothing, but being no thing again, and it speaks to the like on a scientific level when they talk about atoms, it's basically like 99.9% mostly dark matter, like where an atom is basically empty, and the only 0.1% is like the shell or whatever. But it's like, and hence why, like, and you look at the double slit experiment, where they realize our consciousness affects matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, our consciousness affects electrons. You go look up that experiment, the double slit experiment. But with all this being said, again, we are the no thing, and that allows for the potential to be any and all things. But here's the catch. Right now is the vibrate. Right now, you in this bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? You're not being everything in that sense right now. Right now, you're on a unique experience as so-and-so or such and such, you know what I'm saying? And you have the ability to tap in to, all that, to tap into the connection with the ocean, to tap into the connection with the animals, to tap into the connections with other beings, But at the same time, you're in your unique bodysuit, you're in your vehicle, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm driving the car, and I'm like, oh, and I'm every car at the same time, I'm all cars, I'm all drivers, I'm all, you know what I'm saying? That's also kind of throwing us off, because it's opening us up to not being the unique soul spark that we, came to be in this lifetime, and kind of just open you up to, like, oh, all things, come on in, you know what I'm saying? Or more so, like, or from within, all things activate, like, but it's still kind of like an invitation to, these certain energies, or should I say entities, to, you know, try to move you out of your bodysuit. And I spoke on this on the car rental situation, and my brethren just brought this up too, like on the astral plane and the sleep in the dream realm aspect, and hence why I done spoke on this before, like Insidious, that movie Insidious. Like, my first time watching it kind of gave me chills, because I knew that shit existed, and it's about a little boy who astral travels a lot at night. He was astral traveling a little bit too much, and which they trying to scare you on that level. There ain't no such thing. As long as you're consciously aware and lucid of you, that's the whole point, is to tap into the dream realm and get more control over your lucidity, and more control, over, your astral body in that realm. But on the movie, they try to make it, in essence, trying to fear monger you to even be scared to go in that realm, to keep you out of your dreams and to make dreams always seem like nightmares in that sense of it, you know. Hence why Freddy was created, you know. The movie Freddy is like to scare you of dreams, you know, literally. Because Freddy could do what? Freddy would get you in your dreams, you know. That's why Freddy versus Jason, when I'm like, whoo, like you can't sleep and you got Jason running around in the physical. But again, all this is to fearmonger you away from your spiritual gifts and abilities, you know what I'm saying? Because even, again, everything being aimed at being scared of the dark, you know, that would make you, so, and this works on you on a subconscious level. So on the conscious mind, you could say, I'm not scared of the dark, but your actions going to show that you don't necessarily gravitate toward the dark either, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you're scared of it on a subconscious level. You'll consciously tell your friends, oh, I ain't scared of that shit. I ain't this. But, you know, you're going to move in a way that's going to say otherwise, you know what I'm saying? So having that awareness, again, uh, the no thing has the potential to be all and allows for it to be all, but it's for one, it's like a quantum connection type of vibe, and the no thing is all things. But right now, you know, we're occupying a bodysuit. Yes, still the no thing, but we are on a unique experience in this bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? If I was meant to be all things, then I wouldn't be in this bodysuit right now. Because the only thing that exists is this moment, this now. And if in this now, if I'm not, oh, I'm everything, you know. And again, yes, yes, there's, and let me put this too, make sure we get it all clear. Yes, everything in your external realm is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. Yes, but it's not you. Again, when I get hungry, I don't put the spoon to somebody else's mouth to feed this vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like I put the spoon in my mouth, you know, or in this vehicle, you know, to feed this vehicle for my sole purpose of what I'm carrying out in this realm of reality in this lifetime, you know. So just having that awareness, and also again in the dream realm, you know, tapping more into the dream realm. You know, that's something for myself. I see myself, you know, working on and tapping into more, because again, like things become more, you know, fluent and easier to operate whenever you tapped in the dream realm and taking care of things on that level, you know. And again, having that awareness, uh, like with the dream realm, you know, like the whole aspect of sleep paralysis. In Louisiana, we had the little, matter of fact, that French Creole little names and stuff like that, but in Louisiana they call it couchement. So matter of fact, imagine being uh, an elementary kid, you know, in school, and they talking about, man, you better watch out, Kushma gonna ride your back at night. You know what I'm saying? And two, I laugh because, like, again, being from Louisiana, as much as we're not told all these things from a, you know, a high conscious level, in a sense from a human level, like to be able to articulate it in that manner, we still be tapped into the same things that occult and esoteric information speak on. We just have like a little, kind of like a Forrest Gump approach to it, you know, like not really knowing, but we know, you know. But again, like the couchement riding your back, and that's AKA sleep paralysis, you know, when you wake up and you feel like, oh shit, I can't move, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a certain energy, you know, trying to attach to you and trying to catch you in your, you know, in the dream realm, you know. Or if, again, and I see for myself, that's why it is important too, you know, going with the vibe. Again, crystals are helpers, but I see why I always slept with a lot of crystals, and why, as much as I wouldn't like be extremely on the lucid dreaming aspect, I still know that nothing ever, you know, body snatched me, you know what I'm saying? Hence y'all would have been got, you know, a whole nother universe on these videos, you know? Because of course I went through my own little inner works of like dealing with my little lower energies, you know, but not nothing possessing this bodysuit, you know, outside of my soul that came down on this sole purpose, you know. And again, it's like that swap out, and Bobby, I came across this lately too, you know. uh, Bobby Hemming was bringing up the example of, like how our parents grew up on certain singers and stuff like that. And then as those singers got old, they're like, oh, that ain't the same. That ain't the same Aretha Franklin. That ain't the same Smokey Robinson. That ain't the same Temptations. They different now, because, the personification of, or not even say personification of, but their soul, like their souls leaving within this lifetime, you know what I'm saying? And another soul moving in the sense of like, oh man, they not the same. They ain't got that same soul. You know what I'm saying? That plays into that as well. Because it is a thing too. Again, if you're not playing the game, go check out If you just type in universal frequencies and car rental, that video should pop up. Go check out that video. But I was just speaking on how this is a vehicle, and if you falling asleep, like you go to rent a vehicle, you know, and then you go rent that vehicle, and as soon as you rent it, you just kind of go to sleep in that vehicle in the parking lot, you know. Now, mind you, that this vehicle rental spot is like one of the most premier vehicle rental spots in the world, and everybody's waiting in line for to rent a vehicle. But then you're gonna take the vehicle you just rented and fall asleep in it, after so long, man. Another, those people waiting in line gonna see you sleeping and like, bruh, start knocking on the door to wake you up, like hence, again, like come certain things coming at you, you know what I'm saying? In a sense of not no bad or good, right or wrong, or and the actuality of it, yes, they do have energies that's trying to, you know, uh, throw us off our growth. But again, it starts within. Like it's a certain energy, certain foods and energies and entities we have allowed through food or through music we listen to, all these different things. And from inward, it reflects as something outwardly, in the external realm, or from inwardly, it reflects as something, within the astral planes, within the dream realm. Or you could say it reflects from the dream realms, or the and say dream realm, the high vibrational dream realm, or that more so that reality. You know what I'm saying? It reflects from that realm to this realm. So say for instance, if a certain energy trying to get at you, you know, it may come in the form in a physical vibe of you craving to eat cheese. You know, like that's why I caught with my diet. I'm like, all right, something is trying to come at me right now, from within, again, nothing like externally in that sense. It starts within, because if you got certain things going on within, then it attracts and manifests a certain situation externally, you know. But again, like the car rental service, if you're just sitting in your car and in that vehicle not using it, there's other people trying to get in the vehicle, you know what I'm saying? And again, but just check out that video because I did it good that first time. I'm not gonna go back into it, but just realizing again uh, that importance of also, again, you're quantumly connected to all things, uh, as the no thing. you know yes, the no thing is everything in the sense of like no thing. If you're nothing, again, like Forrest Gump, like talk about the Forrest Gump magic or the food card. And I done spoke on this on the little Zen story too, where it was a little story where this guy went to this Zen master and he wanted to quote unquote learn about Zen. But when he going into the situation, he had like a prejudgment and assumption of what Zen was. And the Zen master sensed that energy from the guy who went visit him. So they was drinking some tea, and as he pouring him the tea, you know, he poured his tea like over to where it started spilling on the floor. And the guy like, wait, hold on, man, why you overspilled my tea? He was like, well, you know, just like you like I overfilled your cup. He was like, you came into this situation with your cup already full of whatever idea of Zen that you had. So how could I pour something, some new information into your cup, whenever you got it full of some other assumptions or information, you have to step into it like an empty canvas, you know what I'm saying, and learn from the situation, you know what I'm saying. Hence why Forrest Gump, like he didn't have no pre-assumptions to anything. He didn't know, he was the neighborhood fool or the dummy or whatever. And Forrest Gump ended up owning Apple, played football for Bear Bryant in Alabama, owned his own Bubba Gump shrimp company, met I don't know how many presidents, was at Martin Luther King's speech, you know what I'm saying? Like all kind of, you know what I'm saying? But that was, again, that's the whole story of, that's the cold esoteric story again of, dropping down from the triple darkness and into the tree of life, or the tree of good and evil, tree of knowledge, and dropping down, forgetting ourselves, moving through the Sephirots, you know, and having to relearn ourselves, because if you step into this realm knowing everything, then what's the experience and what's the point if I come into this bodysuit knowing everything at all times, and then you know everything at all times, and the next person know everything at all times, and we all look the same and act the same, then what would the experience be, Like nothing would get discovered. There wouldn't be nothing to do. We all look alike, act the same, so conversations wouldn't, change, just all be the same. And nothing wrong with, again, that the sameness. We went through that situation. We was like this one big glob of oneness, again, I don't always spoke to this one big glob of consciousness. And imagine being one big glob of consciousness and glob just one little consciousness forever and ever 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 by yourself. You know, it. I, it would kind of come up to try to create some type of situation to have an experience outside of just being that forever. You know what I'm saying? Hence the Lucifer story and something questioning that perfection. And the questioning, and I just did that picture on my Instagram, Quest Ion, the Quest Ion, and Ion going back to like Scarp Ion and Scorpio constellation or Scorpio zodiac sign deals with going deep, into the cold, deep into the underworld, aka in essence that real world, you know what I'm saying? Like that real essence, the Quest Ion, you know what I'm saying? The questions, and hence why, everything with about knowledge, because, to attain knowledge, you got to question things. And hence why it's called, Lucifer or the light bearer or illumination or Illuminati, a matter of fact, which from their perspective, using it as ill, like ill Illuminati, like something ill, something sick. But, illumination in general, again, lucid dreaming, Lucy, Lucifer, and then the sign for Lucifer is also the diagram for how our eyes work, for our vision, you know, that is actually a symbol for the Luciferian energy as well. Because again, what we see with these two eyes is an illusion. This is a holographic realm. You know what I'm saying? But again, no good, bad, right, or wrong. But that's why you see why, oh, Lucifer, this and that, and you illusions, this and that. Lucifer is you, and you getting caught up in your own illusion. We created this dream realm, so, you're just getting caught up, in your, Luciferian energy, and that's the thing too. At one point, when we was in that oneness, that Luciferian energy, that Lucifer energy, that Lucy energy, was something important and was a savior, you know what I'm saying, to us, to bring us out of that, just that one state to have this experience, and then getting in this experience, again, getting too lost in our sauce in this illusion and in this, in this denser dream realm, we started to forget of who we are, on that higher level. So it's like, all right, that Christ energy, that Lucifer transmuting into that Christ energy and raising us up in remembrance, that we are interconnected to that energy, But that's basically it. Again, we have a unique soul spark, a unique purpose. We are like one drop from our bigger drop, This is not all of our soul essence within this bodysuit, in the sense of like where there's a higher us, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we are higher self within this bodysuit, but it's just one drop of us in that sense, Like, picture us being like you know, our higher self being like, let's just say, just to keep it simple, 5 gallons of water, you know, within this bodysuit, I'm a drop of it, and two, hence why all these different dimensions are able to exist simultaneously, you know, because you are just that one drop in this lifetime, in this bodysuit, in this dimension, you know, where there's multiple dimensions with other bodysuits that you're tapped into as well, you know, but this is the one that you're, you know, consciously aware of, you know. And again, hence why, again, back to, again, I'm a multi-dimensional being, you know, and I'm connected to all aspects of myself. I'm connected to the past me, future me, because it's all simultaneously now. And again, it's a unique soul spark in this reality that I'm tapped into. Because I done spoke to this before, like where that old wizard, the old lifetime of me being a wizard, was trying to take over this incarnation, you know, in essence, when it's really about, yeah, I could, like, it's more so about me being tapped into that energy, you know, still interfacing with, you know, certain energies that's from my past lives that's beneficial in my growth now, but not allowing for that energy to you know, push my soul, you know, back the soul that I am, you know what I'm saying, the soul that I am, pushing that soul back and allowing for this energy or entity of what I was in a past life to try to, you know, govern this bodysuit or this vehicle in this lifetime, you know. So, you know, again, having that awareness, staying tapped in, you know, and just be aware of when you dealing with anything, you know, like when you talk about ancestors, you know, it's like be specific when you know, like, especially when you're asking questions, you know, with higher self and things of this nature. Then you be like, all ancestors are all energies and entities in the universe. Like, well, nah, all entities and energies in the universe is not necessarily beneficial for your soul growth. Some souls and energies on some like no hard feelings, but I would like to have a bodysuit, and your bodysuit is pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? Your vehicle, like, you know, could move well, you know what I'm saying? You adapt to the sun good, like shit. I'm trying to hop in your vehicle, you know what I'm saying? Again, on some no hard feelings, you know? And they showed this a little bit in you know, for somebody who channels, and I spoke on this on the schizophrenic vibe and how it's not really schizophrenia, you know, but or no disorder in that sense of it, you know, like on the movie Ghost, you know, where Whoopi Goldberg was a psychic medium, and like, you know, she would channel these energies, but they showed it literally how it was, like all these ghosts lined up at her psychic spot, and like one after another they trying to get into, you know, to contact their loved ones, and one dude didn't want to wait, like Whoopi Goldberg was talking to his wife, and he was like, man, like fuck that shit, like, and some shit, and he kind of hopped into Whoopi Goldberg, you know, and not to say something to hop into you in that sense, you know, but that all goes on how strong you are, again, how strong you are grounded within, you know, your soul and your uniqueness, and, you know, knowing these things. Uh, but yeah, that ghost kind of just like fuck that, hop into her body and start talking to his wife, like, I forgot what his name, but it's like, you know, so and so, and she's like, what? You know, Whoopi Goldberg was, you know, talking like him because he had done, you know, came into her bodysuit in that sense of it. So, you know, just having that awareness. And again, don't fear monger yourself about it. Just make sure that you know, again, we accountable for knowing these things. If you want to, you know, not say prosper, you know, if you want to continue on your soul growth, you know, it's very important to have awareness of these things, but at the same time, again, you're not fear mongering yourself about it. If you feel like some of these symptoms or some of these things, you know, as far as like where you feel like an energy might be, you know, trying to get at your vehicle or something like that, you know, basically just, you know, do the work. So, you know, you know, taking certain spiritual baths, you know, uh, And it's a lot of different things because it all depends on the level of the energy and how much you done allow for that energy to, try to come at you in that sense of it, like something as simple as just working with, black obsidian and smoky quartz, or like with, dark crystals, to help remove those energies, or doing a visualization exercise with crystals like kyanite, cutting cards, uh, again, a spiritual bath with Florida water, shungite, salt, garlic, like just, it's different way, but just, and, and and also again, like tapping into our dream realm, and for the most part, just again, doing things that brings light into our body. The more high vibrational light in the body, the higher you're vibrating, the harder it is for something that's vibrating on a lower frequency to even come close to, to come close to even grabbing you. I mean, that's straight, as above, so below, as within, so without. Things operate on that level within this realm. You know, if a bird flying high, you can't grab his legs, see way up there. You know what I'm saying? Compared to if a bird flew right by your head, you know, and you could kind of grab it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not as high up. AKA it's not vibrating high, so it's close to where you could grab it. Or close to where lower vibrational energy could grab. Again, when the high vibration is what disperses that energy in essence. But I digressed. Again, just have that awareness. Peace, peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrative horse. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace.